Alright, what's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Mario back with another video. Today I wanted to talk about MCU shows. 2026 has been a good start for superhero fans. We got Invincible Season 4, we had The Boys Season 5, and we also had Daredevil Born Again Season 2. I know the Nicolas Cage Spider Noir is out right now. I haven't watched it, but I am going to watch episode 1 right now. Like after I finish editing and whatnot with this video. But I wanted to focus on the MCU plus Disney Plus shows, and it's been a video that I wanted to do for months. Hopefully, I can get it out soon. um, yeah, I personally believe that the reason why I haven't watched Daredevil Born Again Season 1 and Season 2 is because I lost confidence in the MCU, man. Like, I am excited for Brand New Day, and I am excited for Avengers Doomsday somewhat. I'm not excited, I'm more interested and intrigued. But I am excited for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I genuinely think that it's going to be a really good movie. But the shows, I just didn't care about them. I remember the last show I watched was, if I'm not mistaken, Hawkeye. I just watched 4 MCU shows. It was WandaVision. I remember I finished watching WandaVision. Then I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Then I watched season 1 of Loki. Then I watched Hawkeye, and that was it. No, I also watched What If season 1, but that was it. I didn't watch any other shows really. And I asked myself, why didn't I watch it? Why didn't I give a damn? And a part of it was because, your boy, he was edgy back then. He was listening to losers like The Critical Drinker, and if he shat on it, it's not worth watching it. But even now, as I'm thinking about it, like, oh, should I give Moon Knight a watch? Should I give Miss Marvel a watch? She-Hulk? They don't interest me at all. And when I hear some MCU fans, honestly, what it feels like most MCU fans complain about how the MCU has been pretty much dead since Endgame, and it only has a couple of peaks here and there. I personally believe that a good part of the downfall of the MCU has been its shows. So here's the thing, right? The concept of the MCU shows, MCU Disney Plus shows, was good in theory, on paper, right? We get to spend more hours into the cinematic universe. As you know, shows are typically 2 or 3 times at minimum longer than long movies. So to get to spend more time in this universe that I grew up in, we grew up in, and loving, that's definitely something that was heavily marketed and was something that was very exciting. But also, we were told, like, Disney, when Disney Plus was coming out, that Disney Plus was gonna crush it. It had the best original content out of Netflix and HBO Max and Paramount, and none of them are going to stand a chance with the Star Wars franchise, the Marvel franchise, and National Geographic and whatnot. But specifically with the MCU shows, that was the thing that was gonna kill streaming. That was the thing that we were advertised that was going to kill it. And when they announced the 4 shows that I watched, which was WandaVision, it was WandaVision, Loki, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Hawkeye, I was like, oh, I know these characters, I love these characters, let me give it a watch. And they've been good at best, or bad. I don't think any of them were bad, but I think Hawkeye was mid, and I do think Falcon and the Winter Soldier was mid. But Loki was good, and WandaVision was good until the very end, and the end was horrendous for me, right? So, okay, what made it bad in execution? How did they execute it badly if the idea was good? I think the first mistake they did was when you have Disney Plus shows, right? I think the first thing you have to consider is that it should be for recognizable characters who can't lead a movie franchise, or at least not currently at their state of popularity, right? So WandaVision, I didn't mind it. at that time. Now I do mind it. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, same thing. I used to don't mind it, but now I do mind it. Loki, I actually think that's good, and Hawkeye, same. You know, like everybody knows Hawkeye, or a lot of people know Hawkeye, but no one is gonna watch the Hawkeye movie, right? So you give it a Disney Plus show, right? Loki, that's an experiment. You're taking a gamble. Everybody knows Loki and loves Loki, but is he really a movie star? You know what I'm saying? You don't know that, so you give him a show. That makes sense. Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision, I think they wanted it to take it safe, right? But let's take WandaVision for example, right? A couple of years after that, if I'm not mistaken, Agatha All Along got out, and this year Vision Quest is publicly coming out. Why? Like, why did you do a limited series WandaVision, then you do a limited series Agatha All Along, then you do a limited series Vision Quest, right? Why couldn't you do a Wanda Scarlet Witch trilogy? As much as I hate saying the ongoing sentence, the going sentence, as much as I hate saying it, but Scarlet Witch in 2021 and even today has more sauce and more clout than my boy Hulk. Okay, that hurts me. That hurts my heart to say, but that's true. Wanda has despite how trashy a character she is, I don't like her, and maybe I could talk about it in another day. But for how popular she is and how honestly amazing Olsen has been portraying the Scarlet Witch, yeah, like, it wasn't a horrible idea. It was kind of low-key a no-brainer to give WandaVision a trilogy. Like, imagine the new saga. The new saga would have definitely benefited if you gave Wanda Maximoff a huge role to play in it, not in some I will kidnap everybody and then all of a sudden you're just a villain just because. Like, that's just too cartoonish, and that ruined the character of Scarlet Witch. Same thing with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We get that show in 2021, and then they absolutely do nothing with him, and then they release the Captain America Brave New World movie in 2025. Why? Like, why? Why couldn't you just make that movie number one? You could have called it, I don't know, Captain America New Legacy, something like that, and then Brave New World could have been part two, because Brave New World felt like it was a sequel to a movie that didn't exist. That was the problem with it. If Falcon and the Winter Soldier had more tie-ins, I know it was before Brave New World, so it wouldn't make sense to treat it like that, like it's a you get what I'm saying, right? Like, it should have been a movie where it has more tie-in and could be a good foundation for the sequel that would be Brave New World, right? But yeah, like, Agatha, why does Agatha have a show? I know a lot of people know She-Hulk, but She-Hulk is not that poppin'. Same thing with Miss Marvel, Agatha All Along, Echo. Echo, who the fuck is Echo, bro? I still don't know who the fuck Echo is in the big 2026, right? And I'm not saying that you should never ever give these characters, but, like, for example, Moon Knight. Imagine if Moon Knight debuted in Daredevil Born Again Season 1. Or Miss Marvel debuted in Captain Marvel 2. Or Echo debuting also in, well, Daredevil Born Again Season 1. You see, you could have done those things, but you didn't do it. And as a result, no one really watched these shows. Moon Knight, they did, right? And I was tempted to watch Moon Knight, but from what I heard, Moon Knight was not that good. You know? I think the second reason why it has been very disappointing was it was supposed to be little to no relevancy to the MCU, and if it has relevancy, it should have been tied into the movies, but in reality, it's been the opposite. It has a lot of relevancy to the MCU, and if it wasn't relevant, then it would be shoved in a lot of projects. Like, why in the hell, right, did Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness need you, it almost like forced you to watch WandaVision. What if you don't want to watch WandaVision? What if you don't have time to watch WandaVision? Now what? You know? Or Loki. I put money on the line that he's going to appear in Doomsday and he's going to play a big part. And if you don't know why the fuck Loki is when Doomsday is being advertised as the direct sequel to Endgame, yeah, you know, it's just again, yeah. Last point I want to say is that again, some of them should have been movies or never been a project. WandaVision, Vision Quest, Agatha All Along should have been movies, right? Falcon and the Winter Soldier should have been a movie. Loki could stay, right? I don't have any problem with it, but because he is going to be very important, I wanted him to be tied in more. Hawkeye, good. Moon Knight, I don't mind it. Miss Marvel, good. It's just they didn't know which one was movie quality and non-movie quality. But that's all I have for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel, as I do videos about anything and everything related to comic books, movies, TV shows, and video games. So if that interests you, give your boy a subscribe and a like, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.